Hello children, welcome to our geography session, lesson number 5, major domains of the earth. So in the last session we have seen lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. These were the 4 major domains of the earth, and we have seen about lithosphere, and we were just learning about atmosphere. Okay. So in the last session we have seen that there are total 5 layers of atmosphere. So we will just again revise that 5 layers, that is troposphere. First one, it is the first layer or the lowest layer starting from the earth. Then it extends about 10 kilometer above the sea level, and we can find here clouds, rainfalls. Then second one is the stratosphere. This is the second layer. It extends from about 50 kilometers. Ozone layer is present here, that protects us from the ultra rays of sun. Then next one is mesosphere. It extends about 85 kilometers. Meteors are burnt in this layer. Again we have seen fourth one, thermosphere. Here the layer just above the mesosphere. It can be found anywhere in between 500 to 1000 kilometers. Then satellites and radio science transmissions are located in thermosphere. And the last one is exosphere. Here it is the uppermost layer. It extends about 100,000 kilometer to 190,000 kilometers. Then gases like helium, hydrogen are present here. Now children, we are going to see today what are the constituents of air. Okay. So what is the air composed of? So the air or the atmosphere, it is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, argon and other gases. So what is the percentage? Okay. See this picture here. Maximum part of the air, it consists of nitrogen. Okay, 78% of the air atmosphere contains of nitrogen. Then oxygen, it is about 21% again, and only 1% it contains carbon dioxide and argon and other gases. Okay. The density of atmosphere is maximum at sea level, and it decreases as we go up. So the climbers, what do? They carry oxygen cylinder with them to breathe at high altitudes. The temperature, it decreases as we go upward. Okay children. So here this is the constituents of air, that is oxygen 21% and nitrogen 78%, means oxygen and nitrogen only near about 99% of the air, it is made up of oxygen and nitrogen, and only 1% is of the air, it has carbon dioxide and argon and other dust particles. And the atmosphere, the density of atmosphere, as we go above and above, okay, it is maximum at sea level, and as we go above it started decreasing. So the climbers, they have to carry the oxygen cylinder with them to breathe at a high altitude. Means as we go up high and high, what happens? There is more. We feel more cool. Okay, there is more air. As we go up and up, we feel very, what we say, cold. Okay. Now next one is biosphere. Just before biosphere, we will see a video of this constituents of air.
Come children, let's explore the composition of the Earth's atmosphere. Earth is the only planet in the solar system that has atmosphere to support life. Take a look over this pie chart. The main constituents of air are nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide and traces of other gases. Let's discuss the properties of these gases one by one. Nitrogen makes up 78% of the volume of the air. It is needed for survival by plants in the fixed form. So, bacteria found in the soil fixes the nitrogen which is then used by the plants. Nitrogen moves between atmosphere, biosphere and geosphere in different forms in a process called nitrogen cycle. Oxygen makes up 21% volume of air. All living beings inhale oxygen for their survival. Green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis. Cutting down trees disturbs the oxygen balance in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide forms about 0.03% volume of air. It is used by the green plants to make their food. It is exhaled by living beings. Carbon dioxide has the unique property of absorbing infrared radiations coming from the sun, resulting in the heating of the Earth's surface. This is called greenhouse effect. So, carbon dioxide is known as the greenhouse gas. Other greenhouse gases are water vapor, nitrous oxide and methane. Do you know, lot of carbon dioxide is emitted by vehicles and industries into the atmosphere. In fact, burning of fuels also disturbs the carbon dioxide balance in the atmosphere. Can you think what will happen if carbon dioxide level becomes too high? Well, it will cause global warming. Global warming is the rise in the Earth's average temperature. Global warming has many consequences like melting of ice caps and glaciers, causing sea level to rise and flooding the low-lying areas. This can destroy the livelihood of humans and the natural habitat of the animals. Moreover, it can affect the world's weather and climate.
So children, this was the constituents of air, okay. The video, it has shown you about the percentage of oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide present in the air, and what happens if carbon dioxide is increased, okay. If carbon dioxide is increased in the atmosphere, then this will lead to global warming, means more and more heat will be there in the earth's surface. Now we are going to see about children biosphere, okay. So what is biosphere? So biosphere, okay, biosphere is a narrow zone of contact between land, water and air. It is a biosphere means where land, water and air they meet together, that portion is called as biosphere. We all living things, okay, we all living organisms, we live here on this layer, that is biosphere. Life exists on this zone, okay, life exists on this zone. All living organisms are linked to each other and to biosphere for their survival, means living organisms, we are linked with each other, okay, and also we are linked with biosphere for our survival. So this biosphere, it is divided into plant kingdom and animal kingdom. The three domains, what are the three domains? Atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means water, atmosphere means air and lithosphere means land, okay. So these three sphere domains, they interact with each other and they affect each other in some or other ways, okay. We all are interacted with each other. How? Like for example, cutting the forest, okay. What happens if forests are cut, if trees are cut down, then this will lead to soil erosion, okay. Soil cutting of forest will lead to soil erosion. Again, if forests are not there, trees are not there, then what will happen? Then rain will not be there, okay. So, increase in again one more example is if there is too much increase in the amount of carbon dioxide. Now, how carbon dioxide gets increased? It gets increased due to industries, okay, due to pollution, the smoke of industries or the vehicles, they rises, and this leads to global warming or global temperature or global warming. So, what we should do to protect our earth? We should use the limited use of these resources. Again, the use of resources is needed to maintain balance of nature between lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. So, we have to protect our earth, or we have to protect our planet, and we have to take care of the global warming. Okay, we have to see that there should be no increase in the temperature of our planet, otherwise it will lead to global warming. Children, will just go through the lesson. Okay, so take out your textbook. In short, we will see our lesson. Okay, major domains of the earth. So, just now I have told there are 4 major domains of the earth, that is lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. So, lithosphere means solid portion of the earth. Again, atmosphere is the air. Okay, it contains gases, it contains dust particles. Then again, atmosphere where oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other gases are found. Then third major domain is hydrosphere, that is oceans and water, fresh water. Okay, hydrosphere comprises water in all form, that is ice, water and water vapor. And last one is biosphere, where the living organisms are found. Okay, it is the narrow zone where we find land, water and air together. Now, first one, what is lithosphere? As lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth. Then there are 2 main divisions of earth's surface, that is the land mass is known as continents and water bodies are known as oceans. This is the map of continents and oceans. Okay. Then we have seen the highest mountain peak, that is Mount Everest, is 8,848 meters above the sea level, and the greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. Now, we have seen about continents, 7 major continents, that is Asia, it is the largest continent. Then it is in the eastern hemisphere, and which latitude passes through this continent? So, the Tropic of Cancer, it passes through this continent, and again Ural Mountain, it separates Asia from Europe, and the combined land mass of Asia and Europe is called as Eurasia. The second continent is Europe, it is smaller than Asia. Then Arctic Circle, okay, this latitude it passes through Europe. Then this Europe is bound by water bodies on the 3 sides. Again Africa, it is the second largest continent, next to Asia is Africa. Then here 3 latitudes passes, okay, through this continent. They are equator, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Again Sahara Desert is located in Africa, and one more, the longest river, that is the Nile, it flows through this continent. Again North America, it is the 3rd largest continent. Then it is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. See children, this one, North America and South America, it is linked with this narrow strip of land. Okay, this land, this is called as Isthmus of Panama. Then we have seen South America, it is in the southern hemisphere. Okay, then the Andes, it is the world's largest mountain, is located here, runs through this from north to south, and the world's largest river, that is Amazon, flows through this South America. Then Australia, it is the smallest continent and it is surrounded on all sides by oceans and seas, that is why it is called as island continent. And the last one is Antarctica, it is in the South Pole lies almost at the center of the continent. Then as it is located in the polar region, there is no permanent human settlements, and many countries have the research stations. Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri are two of the research centers that belong to our country, that is India. So children, now we will see about the oceans. Okay. So there are four major oceans. First one is Pacific Ocean. It is the largest ocean and it spreads over 1/3 of the earth's surface. Again, Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the earth, lies under this Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean, it is circular in shape, and the continents like Asia, Africa, North America and South America surrounds it. Next one is Atlantic Ocean. It is the second largest ocean and it is in S shape. Okay. It is flanked by North and South America on the western side and Europe and Asia on the eastern side. Again, and it is the busiest ocean. Then it provides ideal location for natural harbors and ports. Then third one is Indian Ocean, that is named after our country India, and it is in triangular in shape. Then it is bound by Asia in the west, by Africa and it is bound by Asia in the west, by Africa and in the east by Australia. Then comes the Southern Ocean, encircles the continent of Antarctica and extends northward to 60 degrees south latitudes. Again, last one is the Arctic Ocean. It is located within the Arctic Circle and it surrounds the northern pole. It is connected with the Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait, and it is bound by northern coast of North America and Eurasia. Now this was about hydrosphere, what we have seen. Now we will come to atmosphere, children. Okay. So earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called atmosphere. Okay. The thin blanket of air is the important aspect of this planet. It provides us the air we breathe and protects us from harmful rays of sun. The atmosphere, it extends up to the height of 1600 kilometers. Atmosphere is divided into 5 properties. These layers starting from earth's surface are called as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. So these are the layers, 5 layers of atmosphere, and we have seen the video also of these layers. Next is, the atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen, which make up about 99% of clean and dry air. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21% and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon and others comprises 1% by the volume. Oxygen is the breath of life, while nitrogen, it helps in the growth of living organisms. Carbon dioxide, though it is present minutely, okay, very only 1%, it is less than 1% also. So though it present in minute amount, but it is very important as it absorbs heat radiated by the earth, thereby keeping the planet warm. It also essential for the growing of plants. The density of atmosphere varies with height. Okay. It is maximum at the sea level and it decreases rapidly as we go up. You know the climbers, okay, see these climbers, they are carrying oxygen cylinder with them. So the climbers experience problem in breathing due to this decrease in the density of air. They have to carry with them oxygen cylinders to be able to breathe at high altitudes. The temperature also decreases as we go up, okay. It becomes more and more cold. The atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place. Some areas they experience high pressure and some areas experience low pressure. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure and moving air is called as wind. So what is wind? The moving air, it is called as wind. Now the last layer of this of the earth is biosphere, okay. So biosphere, what is biosphere? It is a narrow zone of contact between land, water and air. The place where these three meets, it is called as biosphere. it is the place where the life exists. So, it is this zone that life, it is unique to this planet exists. So, there are several species of organisms that vary in size from microbes and bacteria to large mammals. All these they live on biosphere. All the living organisms including humans are linked to each other and to biosphere for our survival. The organisms in the biosphere are broadly divided into plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Again, the three domains, they interact and they affect each other with some or other way. Like example, cutting of trees for the need of wood or clearing the land for agriculture leads to removal of soil from the slopes. Okay. Again, earth surface may be changed due to natural calamities like earthquakes. For example, there could be submergence of land as happened in case of tsunami recently. Parts of Andaman and Nicobar Islands were submerged under water. So, discharge of waste materials into lakes and rivers, they make the water unsuitable for human use. It also damages other forms of life, even the animals, even the water animal, okay, the animals which are living in the water, even they are affected if we spoil the water in this way by putting garbages. Okay. Then emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles pollute the air. Carbon dioxide, CO2 is an important constituent of air, but increase in the amount of CO2 leads to increase in global temperature. This is termed as global warming. There is thus a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain a balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. Means we have to maintain a balance among these layers, otherwise it will lead to global warming. Now, children, we will solve the exercise, okay, MCQs. The mountain ranges, first one, tick the correct answer, the mountain range that separates Europe from Asia. So, can you tell me which mountain is that separates Europe from Asia? Andes, Himalayas or Ural? Yes, the answer is Ural's mountain, okay, tick this one, Ural mountain. The continent of North America is linked to South America by what? Yes, by an isthmus. Again, the major constituent of atmosphere by percent is which one? Which is major percentage? Nitrogen, oxygen or carbon dioxide? Correct answer is nitrogen. Okay. Then the domain of the earth consisting of solid rock. Solid rock is what? Atmosphere, hydrosphere or lithosphere? Lithosphere. Answer is lithosphere. Then which is the largest continent? Africa, Asia or Australia? Australia is the largest continent? No. Answer is Asia. Next one, fill in the blanks. The deepest point on the earth is dash in the Pacific Ocean. So, which is the deepest point of the earth on the earth? Sorry. Answer is Mariana Trench. It is in the Pacific Ocean. Second one, the dash ocean is named after a country. Yes, Indian Ocean. Again, third one, dash is a narrow contact zone of water, land and air that supports the life. So, what is this? Which layer it is? It is biosphere. Then the continents of Europe and Asia together are known as Eurasia. And last one, highest mountain peak on the earth is Mount Everest. So, children, hope you have understood. Now, just we will recapitulate whatever we have learned in this lesson. Okay. Yeah. So, first one we have learned about the 4 domains of the earth. They are lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere and atmosphere. Then Then we have seen what is lithosphere. Lithosphere means rock, okay, solid portion of the earth on which we live. Then it consists, lithosphere consists of two, the earth's surface is divided into two parts, that is continents and oceans. Continents means large land mass and oceans means water bodies. Then we have seen what are the 7 major continents. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, then North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. These are the 7 continents in the world. Next one we have seen what do you mean by hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means water. Okay. Earth is called as a blue planet because 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water and 29 is land. And out of this 71 also only 3% is fresh water suitable for drinking and 97% of water is found in ocean which is salty. Then we have seen 4 major oceans, okay. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and Arctic Ocean. So, Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean, then Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean which is S in shape, Pacific Ocean is circular in shape, Indian Ocean it is triangular in shape and Arctic Ocean it is located in the Arctic Circle and surrounds the North Pole which is bounded by North America and Eurasia. Next one we have seen atmosphere, okay. 5 layers of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. And you have seen the video also, children. Again we have seen what does this air contains. So, these constituents of air are nitrogen, that is 78%, again oxygen 21% and rest 1% contains carbon dioxide, argon and other gases. And last finally we have seen what is meant by biosphere. Biosphere is a narrow zone of contact of land, water and air. This is where the life exists. Again this is divided into plant kingdom and animal kingdom. We all living organisms are linked with each other and we are linked to biosphere for our survival. Again it may harm the biosphere by cutting the forest, okay, like cutting of forest which leads to soil erosion and again increase in carbon dioxide due to industries, vehicles. This leads to global temperature or global warming. And so, what we have to do? We have thus limited use of resources is needed, okay, to maintain a balance of nature between these 3 layers, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So, children, the lesson gets over here. Hope you have understood the lesson very well. You have enjoyed the videos and from this videos also it must be very clear to you about this concept. So, I hope you have understood and just solve this question answers of this lesson and we will meet you again in the next session with next lesson. Okay, till then see you, goodbye, thank you.